And ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Live Hour, YouTube's premier off the clock appliance repair talk for off the clock appliance repair techs. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss tonight's show. You don't want to miss tonight's Live Hour show. Here's what we're going to be talking. In tonight's episode of Live Hour, we're going to be discussing when you have your own business, when exactly is it time to scale up? Can you scale up prematurely? Can you bring in a guy or a gal to start running calls for you and you don't have enough work for them? Perhaps you don't know how to delegate. Perhaps you don't know the hiring process. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're into hiring, if you're into seeking technicians or knowing when exactly is it time for you to grow, you don't want to miss tonight's show. I promise you. But with all that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into tonight's episode of Channel News. Ladies and gentlemen, you know we have to pay the bills here at TMM Appliance Network. I'm fortunate enough to have the greatest instructor ever to grace the YouTube industry, and that's Richard Zilka. He's one of them, because there are others. Let me give everybody their due flowers, but he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore. You know, we have our training facility. You know, we have our expenses. So, you know, this operation does take money, ladies and gentlemen. We bear no shame. We provide you a lot of content. Check our library. We have over, Lord knows how many public videos. We have a slew of private videos, things that we can't even discuss on YouTube. We have that in our TMM academic section. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have to pay the bills, okay? So I promise not to talk too much channel news. I promise to make it nice and sweet, but let's get into it. But before we get into channel news, let's read some comments real quick. First comment is from Jorge V. Rod saying, ¿Cómo estás, hermano? Hermano Jorge, ¿cómo está? Brother, I got some good news for my Latino community. I got some good news for my Latino community. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. In tonight's episode, right, of, hold on. I have some stuff to tell you, Jorge. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Jorge, stick around for Espanol training, Handson Training in Espanol, to be held by Encompass University. Okay. The instructor is yours truly, Jorge. So I hope to see you out there, okay? Tune in, Jorge. All right. Who else do we got? We got, oh boy, Guga DJ. I hope I said that right. Guga DJ. What's going on, brother? I hope all is well. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. I want to appreciate you. Saul, my boy Saul tuning in. Oh man, my man Saul's talking about where's the Paytac Phillip. I'm not sure where the Paytac Phillip is, brother. Brother B's a poor man, you know. Brother B's a poor man. I'm not sure where the Paytac Phillip is. All right. I got Johnny A tuning in. Johnny, what's good, Johnny? All right. I gave everybody their due credit. Now let's get into some channel news. But before we get into channel news, I'm live, and I don't like this light right here. So let me make an adjustment to the studio real quick, and I'll be right back. Be right back. Oh, there we go. All right, that's a lot better. All right, you see that? There we go. That looks a lot better. Sorry about that. Okay. Give me a time and a date. I live down the block from Encompass. Good for you, Jorge, that it's virtual, okay? It's a virtual training, so anybody could tune into this. If you have any Latino friends or family members that are into appliance repair, please share the word. It will mean the world, Jorge. All right, Surrender Kata. All right, so everybody's tuning in. The show is live. We got everybody. Okay, we got to pay the bills. I promise this won't take too long. I promise we're going to pay the bills. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get into the first episode of our hands-on event. Channel news. In tonight's episode of Channel News, ladies and gentlemen, I bear no shame. It brings me great joy to discuss in tonight's episode of Channel News, ladies and gentlemen, appliance repair, hands-on training. Please visit our website at www.tmmacademics.com. Over here, you'll see stuff such as membership. You'll get access to our walkie-talkie, tech-to-tech, peer-to-peer, troubleshooting, live app, troubleshooting from anywhere across the world, anywhere across the country. Techs are always on there. There's technical info. But tonight, let's talk about our hands-on events. Ladies and gentlemen, space is limited. These things are selling out like hotcakes. Our first line of order is July 19th through the 21st. That's a 3-day seal system service. Okay, it's 24 hours. It's an advanced program. So what does advanced mean? This is for the guy or the gal that perhaps you already know how fridges work. You have an understanding of theory. You have an understanding how defrost processes work, fans, i.e. You just want to know how the seal system works. You just want to get to the meat and potatoes. That's what the advanced is for. We do cover R600 as well. Again, that is July 19th through the 21st. Okay, that's 9 to 4. And if you want to know the price, tickets are selling out. Okay, 1,200 for the event. And if you mention code TMM1, you save 10%. Okay. Financing is available. Financing is available. All right. And we have one more. One more. Don't worry. I promise not to talk too much. I won't sell you to death. I will give you some value in tonight's show, but we gotta pay the bills. Okay, we gotta pay the bills. All right. July and August. What do we got going on down here? Okay, so we got an intro to appliances. This is a perfect class for the guy or the girl who's watching me, who wants to get into appliance repair and wants a good fundamental. This is for the guy or the girl who has technicians or perhaps is overwhelmed with work, like what tonight's show is going to be about. How do you know when you're ready to hire your first tech? Maybe you're ready to hire your first tech, but you want to hire a tech that knows what he or she's doing. You want them to know sequence of operation. You want them to know disassembly. You want them to know troubleshooting, wiring diagram reading. This is the perfect class for them. This is the intro to appliances class. A lot of you guys that's been doing it 2-3 years and that are just hacking it along. You run to the truck every time you get to the service call and you call Fred, you call Joe, you call Blow, you call everybody. Hey, I'm on this job. Here's what the washer's doing. What do you think? You're on YouTube every 5 minutes in the customer's house. Why? Because you haven't armed yourself with the proper training. You haven't armed yourself with the proper training. So if you're into our intro to appliances class, that's a full week now. Okay, that's not 3 days, that's a full week. That's July 29th through the 2nd. Okay, interested in that price? $1,600. For $1,600, that's the best investment you can ever make. You send your technician down here, or if you're interested in switching careers, maybe you watching me and you're not even doing appliance repair. Maybe you're a building maintenance tech. Maybe you're a DIYer. Maybe you want to work on others' appliances. This is the perfect intro to appliance class. It's fully hands-on. You work on your own units. You break them. You make a mess. We stand over your shoulder. We tell you what you're doing right. We tell you what you're doing wrong. And we give you the confidence to go out there, go in the customer's home, and not look like a rookie. So again, if you're interested in that, please go on over to www.tmmacademics.com. All right. What else do we got going on? All right. Let's read some channel news. We got some people going on, some people in the building. All right. We got my man Untamed. What's good, Untamed? Want to give a special shout out to tonight's VIP guest here, Encompass. We'll be talking some stuff that we got going on with them shortly. Oh, I fell out. Pardon me, y'all. All right, what do we got going on here? What's Johnny talking about? Johnny's saying, where do you see the appliance trade in the next 10 years? Is it here to stay? Johnny, is absolutely. And to answer your question shortly, briefly, absolutely. Here's why. Humans always are going to need appliances because appliances make our lives easier. We're always going to need a refrigerator to keep our products cold, our medicines cold. We're always going to want ice. We're always going to want a washer to help speed up and expedite clothes cleaning. So yes, ovens, or any appliances, they're not going away. And you're always going to need somebody that knows how to repair those appliances. So in 10 years, the appliance repair industry will be alive and thriving. I don't see no slowdown at all. In fact, I see more opportunities, more avenues, and it's more diversifying itself. All right. Thank you, brother Johnny A. Where do I see the? Okay, that's in 2035. I see AI having a lot to do with it. I see a lot of do-it-yourselfers using AI to their advantage. I see a lot of business owners that are part changing hackers that they don't really know what they're doing. I see them getting weeded out by a lot of do-it-yourselfers. I see YouTube having a video on how to do practically every repair in existence, and it won't be long before do-it-yourselfers paired the two. But that's do-it-yourselfers. You still got the single moms, the white collar, work from home attorneys and lawyers and doctors and dentists. They're not getting under a LG washer and changing that door boot. I promise you that they're not. So there's definitely opportunities, Johnny. I wouldn't worry about it. All right. Okay, what else do we got in channel news? Guys, we're almost done with channel news. We're almost done with channel news. In tonight's episode of channel news, I want to share with you guys an exciting event that's going to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of channel news, it brings me great joy to the Latino community. And I'm going to speak a little Spanish. It only take about 10 seconds. But let me get a little message off to my Latino community. Mi hermano y mi hermana latino. Lo quiero dar un anuncio que van a haber clases nuevas con Encompass Parts Solution. Yo tengo el honor de juntarme con ellos a la clase acerca de Samsung refrigeradores Fast Track Entrenamiento. Si te interesa ese tema, lo que es eléctrico, esquemático, por favor, esta es tu clase. Para más información, métete en el LinkedIn y busca este nombre, Reggie Williams, y habla con él, ¿ok? All right, guys, sorry. You know, our brother B's bilingual. You know, I got to get my bilingual on. Apologies. You know what I'm saying? Plus, people are spoiled. That's correct. That is also correct. Okay, so guys, basically, in Spanish, okay, in Spanish, there's training going on. Encompass is holding it for my Latin community. I'll be the instructor. We'll be going over Samsung Fast Track Training, wiring, schematics, and and whatever the such. Okay. Another news, in channel news. It brings me great joy. Oh man, this one I'm really excited about. Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of channel news, it brings me great joy. Let me make sure I open up the right email. In tonight's episode of channel news, it brings me great joy to announce that TMM Academics has collaborated with MSA Training, okay? Marcone, Parts, TMM Academics. We are doing a collaboration event, sealed system training. It's to be held in Pompano Beach, Florida, okay? The date is August 5th through August 8th. It's a 4-day event. The price is $1,000. The only way you get that price, you have to mention that you saw them on YouTube or you're an MSAworld.com member. That's the only way that you get it at this price. Here's the itinerary. Here's what will be discussed. This is a pure hands-on event. This is a pure hands-on event. Let me explain something to you. What makes us different than them? What makes us different than them is the following. You go to other training venues. You see one guy or one gal standing in front of one unit doing a seal system repair. You're lucky if you get a full-size refrigerator or a full-size unit. I've seen some organizations have the audacity and the gall to charge you top dollars to have one small little equipment, 20 people standing around, and one person doing all the hands-on. And I've seen people sell that. I've seen organizations sell that as hands-on. Not us, ladies and gentlemen. When you come down here to South Florida, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an example of what we look like, okay? We're different than those guys. We are different, okay? Give you a quick preview here of what we look like, okay? We are nothing like them, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're into hands-on, full hands-on, please go on over. You want this kind of training, prep work. Apologies. You want prep work. You want to learn how to brace using oxyacetylene, using turbo torch. You want to do evaporator removals all by yourself. There's no instructor going to come to your rescue. I mean, I'll be standing over your shoulders. Richard Zilka will be standing over your shoulders, but you do the repairs. You get your own unit. You do your own repairs and you get your own tools, okay? What I take pride in is that my program exposes you to your weaknesses. As opposed to other programs, you watch, you take notes, and then you go back and you have to do it on your own. And you better hope that you took good notes. With my program, every single day, this is the type of work that you're doing. This is the type of work that you're doing. This is what it looks like, okay? So again, if you go on over, you want to start pulling out your own compressors. You want to start doing condenser leak detection tests. You want to do that kind of stuff. You get in the deal of a lifetime. You get in the deal of a lifetime. Okay? How do you, let me stop sharing. You get in the deal of a lifetime. Again, please, guys, if you want to show support, again, let's give the fine folks of Marcone, MSA, some love. And as soon as I can activate my mouse here, bear with me. There we go. Again, guys, go on over to, if you want to be a part of that and you want to get this kind of training, please go on over to, where is that email at? Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay. You want to learn how to use recovery machines. You do it yourself. Vacuums, charging, lock rings, R600, manifold readings, brazing, leak detection, diagnoses. What does an undercharge system look like? What does an overcharge system look like? What does a restriction look like? Again, it brings us great honor, okay, to go ahead and partner with such an illustrious and a reputable company such as Marcone. So again, please hit the like button for MSA. And for more information, I will leave information in the comment section, okay? All right, I think we're done with channel news, and I think we're ready to move on. All right, hold on. Let's see what we got. Let's read some comments here. All right, P. Rich, what's good, my guy? P. Rich is an attendee here. P. Rich, I use one of your pictures, P. Rich. P. Rich, if you can, right? because you were in here. Hold on, P. Rich. Let me find the picture of you. Hold on, P. Rich. Hold on. Yeah, that's you right there. All right, hold on. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share a screen, P. Rich. That's you right there, P. Rich. You took the faith. I'm glad you tuned in. I didn't plan this, brother. You know I didn't plan this. This is live. I didn't even know you was watching, but you took the leap of faith. You came down to South Florida. You knew nothing about nothing, and here you were, day 3 or day 4, removing your own compressor, removing your filter dryers, your evaporator, your condensers. All right, P. Rich. I hope that you took this knowledge. You went back to, I believe it was Alabama, and I hope you made good on your stay. Thank you for attending our program, and it would mean the world if you could leave a comment of what your experience was like. I didn't know he was gonna be watching, guys. All right, let's see who else we got. Oh, not too many spots left. That's right, guys. Only 15 spots, okay? And I think we sold 10. We're down to 5. We only got 5 spots. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So please go on over right now. In the comment section, I'll leave the contact information to sign up to go to our training. All right. So if you can leave your contact info, that would mean the world, please. All right. All right. There you go. Thank you, P. Rich. All right, guys. I am done with channel news. You see, that wasn't too bad. Huh? I told you I wasn't gonna take too long. All right. I told you. Now we'll get into our next segment. Johnny A, do you still do circuit board repairs? Is it worth getting into? Hell yeah, I do circuit board repairs. The more you learn, the more you earn. Learning is earning without the L. So yes, you learn circuit board repair. So wonderful thing to carry in your repertoire. All right, who we got here? P. Rich. P. Rich says, I've been eating refrigerators alive ever since I left Miami. I'm now in Alabama, Georgia. Thanks, big bro. I'm coming back for more training. Brother, you know that once you pay, you can come back anytime you want. This offer goes to any of our paid members. If you ever paid for one of our trainings, you can always come back as many times as you want, unlimited, okay? That offer is always on the table. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into our next segment. In our next segment, we're going to be talking about parts talk. Okay? Parts talk. Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of Parts Talk, bear with me. No, not this one. Bear with me. There we go. This one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know Brother B is all about passive income. Y'all know Brother B is all about passive income, right? In 90 days, okay? In 90 days, in 90 days, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to show y'all this image. Okay, in 90 days, $1,700. Okay? In tonight's episode of Parts Talk, we're going to be talking about selling parts on eBay. Okay? Selling parts on OfferUp. Selling parts on Craigslist. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm making my duty here for guys and for gals to always make money, to always look for a way to add revenue to you know, squeeze every last drop that you can out of the appliance repair trade. And ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of Parts Talk, we're gonna be talking about the power of used parts. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 90 days, I hired a CSR. I hired a customer service rep. Now, this customer service rep, for the majority of the day, is answering my calls, doing my dispatching, sending invoicing, calling my customers to inform them I'm en route, you know, handling a lot of the office work, if you will. But there's times that things are slow. And you know what? From being factory authorized, from being just in the game so long, you will begin to accumulate a lot of used parts, a lot of new parts. Customers canceled. You're too tired to take them back to your local return shop. They ask you for an RMA and this and that. Oh, what the hell does any of that mean? You don't even got time. So you just throw it in your room, your office, your shed, and you let all these parts accumulate. Well, what I did was I told my CSR during the downtime, I want that person to take descriptive photos, descriptive descriptions of what the parts are, and I want you to put them and post them on these sites. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my numbers. Okay. We sold 80 no. We listed 80 parts, okay, and we sold 23. The way eBay works is you got to put like your bank account, you got to put it's pretty stringent. You got to put like a lot of information. But once you do all of that, they pay you like once the sale is made and they receive confirmation that the customer received the part, typically like 2 or 3 days, and then the money gets in your account like 2 or 3 days thereafter. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, TMM appliance repair, we made close to, what was that number? 1,700? Yeah, $1,700 in 90 days. That's passive income. I gave my CSR 1/3 of that. Okay. Uh 2/3 went to myself and the warehouse, which holds the parts, facilitates it, the storage, and you know, shipping, anything associated with getting to the post office, wrap boxes, whatever. So guys, don't throw away your parts. Don't discard them. There's a thriving, and I bear witness to you. These are my numbers. Okay, these are my numbers. There's a thriving community of people on eBay who are looking for parts. Sometimes these larger companies like Fox, Day, Coast, Marcone, Encompass, Reliable, whoever, they may not have the part. The part is no longer available. A lot of times, these third-party places have these parts. Okay, so again, guys, use eBay to collect passive income. Use eBay to make sure that you know you see an extra money. Let's read a comment real here that just came in. My man Scap. Yo, Scap, what's good, man? Long time I don't see. That's my man Scap, all the way from the West Coast. I hope you good, brother. I hope all is well. It was a pleasure meeting you at ASTI. I think it was 2020. Hope all is good, hermano. Be safe, bro. All right, guys. And that's all that we got tonight for Parts Talk. All right. Now let's get into our next segment of industry news. Industry news. Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of Industry News, we are going to be discussing Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's episode of Industry News, we are going to be discussing Bosch. Bosch weighing in on, no free promo here. Bosch weighing in on buying appliance maker Whirlpool. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing it here first for the first time. Please hit the like button for YouTube's most informed, most professional. YouTube, Off the Clock Appliance Repair Talk for Off the Clock Appliance Repair Tech. You're hearing it first here, ladies and gentlemen. In tonight's episode of Industry News, Bosch weighs in on an offer for appliance maker Whirlpool, sources say. Okay? Basically, in a nutshell, German engineering group Bosch is weighing in a bid for U.S. appliance manufacturer maker Whirlpool. According to 3 people familiar with the matter, a move that will boost its position in household appliances. Okay? Bosch has been talking to potential advisors about the possibility of making an offer to Whirlpool, which has a market capitalization of about 4.8 billion. Okay? The sources said it was not certain that an offer will be made. And that's according to a confidential, that's confidential. All right. But listen to this. This is interesting here. This is an interesting factor. Let's look at this. This is interesting. Spokespeople for Bosch and Whirlpool said the companies do not comment on market rumors. Be clear, TMM Appliance Repair Network reached out to those fine organizations. They declined to comment. Please hit the like button for Brother B doing the investigative journalism, you know, the legwork. The U.S. company shares rose 12.7 in the early trading after the Reuters report. So basically, once the market found out that Bosch was interested in buying Whirlpool, their stocks rose 12.7. That lets me think, what is going on with Bosch? I'm sorry, with Whirlpool. Whirlpool, what is going on? You guys, in my opinion, we're the best, still are the best. And I'm surprised Bosch is even making this move. It's very exciting, but let's read some more about it. Okay, there's something that I'm okay. This article also goes on to point out that Whirlpool is facing significant challenges owing to a depressed spending environment. Okay, so guys, apparently we're living in a depressed spending environment, and Whirlpool's facing significant challenges due to that. I'm just curious how Bosch plans on coming in and taking over and fixing that. Bosch, the world's largest automotive supplier, is looking at acquisitions to grow its unit that manufactures large home appliances. And this report also goes on to state that Bosch was among the industrial firms competing to acquire heating, ventilation, and assets worth over $6 billion from Johnson Controls. So that means that Bosch is after appliances, automotive, and heating and ventilation. So guys, I'm not no industry insider, but it seems to me that Bosch is where you want to put your money. Please hit the like button for Brother B breaking the industry news to you. All right. And finally, this article goes on to say Whirlpool, a household name known for its large appliances such as washing machines and refrigerators, has in recent years been aiming to grow its customer base by expanding in smaller appliances such as espresso machine and other kitchen gadgets as it grapples with a slowdown in growth. The Michigan-based company said it will cut about 1,000 jobs in effort to boost profit margins. You know, there was somebody earlier that made a comment, and the comment that they made earlier was, what did somebody left me a comment earlier. It was Johnny. Johnny left a comment, and Johnny's comment said, where do you see the appliance trade in the next 10 years? Is it here to stay? Well, if you gather anything from this article that I just read, I highlighted something that's popped out to me. And it was that Whirlpool is expanding into smaller appliances, such as espresso machines and other kitchen gadgets. So, to that guy Johnny who left me that comment, my advice to you would be this, and my advice to everybody would be this: don't limit yourself to appliances. The world is too big. I got into appliances. I created a channel solely about appliances. But does that mean that I stopped there? No. I just signed up with a company, MSA, to do TV repair. I'm about to get TV training. They'll be on the show soon. I also got a call from a person that I can't disclose their information with yet. They want to come on the channel. They'll be on here soon. What was the pool water heat? No. Jacuzzi or hot tub repair. Jacuzzi hot tub repair. I don't know anything about jacuzzi hot tub repair, but they reached out to me. There's a market for that. They're in dire demand for jacuzzi hot tub repair. Apparently, there's free training. There are warranty companies who are looking for people who offer these services. So again, while this channel is an appliance repair channel, we're not limited just to appliances. We're limited to all repairs of any household domestic item, any commercial item that is going to make mankind more comfortable. I advocate learning these products, sequence of operation, components, troubleshooting, repairs, adding that to your repertoire. That's what this channel advocates, okay? So again, guys, that answers my question. That answers the question that I got for brother Johnny. And I hope that you liked our article on channel news. I'm sorry, industry news. Let me share with you that link if you want to find out more about that article. If you want to read that article on your own and find out more about it, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay? That's tonight's episode of Channel News, okay? All right, see what else we got going on here. All right, so we got a little bit of what's Scap talking about? Scap, what you talking about? Scap saying I'm beating the sum up all day with these LG seal system jobs. I need R600 training. I'm thinking about going to y'all training. Brother, come on down, man. come on down. Here you go. This is the deal of a lifetime. If you want, you got two choices. You can come down to our 4-day that's held through MSA in collaboration with Marcone. That's the MSA/TMM Appliance Network price. And if you don't want to come out here for 3 days, then again, this ain't gonna be here for long. You can go to tmmacademics.com and you can come on over to our 3-day, which is July 19th through the 21st. All right, and that's at tmm.academics.com. No, I'm sorry, www.tmmacademics.com. All right, there you go. Thank you for the comments, Cap. What else do we got? Don't forget about the commercial, vertical. Don't forget about the commercial kitchen, vertical, brother. Man, my brain is aloof right now, brother. I don't remember what that was about. Forgive me. All right. All right. Well, that's all we got in industry news. We cover part news. We cover channel news. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of why you showed up. And that's live hour. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is, how do you know when it's time to hire your first tech? How do you know? How do you know when it's time to hire your first tech? You may go into business by yourself. Like I did. And you may say, you know what? I want to start my own appliance repair company. You may work for somebody. Bear with me as I share my screen here with you guys. When are you ready to hire? Let's talk about it. When are you ready to hire? Huh? Guys, hiring is a serious thing. Hiring is hiring is an important thing. You know, when you hire a guy or a gal, that person has a family. That person has bills. That person may have a mortgage, car payments, obligations. That person may sign a contract and be in debt with a collector for years if they purchase a house, a car, whatever. You know, when you hire somebody, you can't play around with these matters. You can't joke around when it comes to these matters. If you promise a guy or girl a job, you better be able to deliver. But how do you know when it's time? Like me, for instance, this ain't my first rodeo hiring technicians. I did it in the past. I made a lot of mistakes, but I did do it. And there's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to do it. But you gotta, I'm gonna explain to you what mistakes I did, how I learned, and hopefully you can benefit from this. So for me, right? The way my business got started was, you know, I started as a single operator. I started doing lead generation. I was signed up with a company called Appliance Appointment. This company would charge me $20, $30 per lead. I would get a lead, go do a repair. But I had a 9 to 5. I was an electronic technician, bench tester for a data logger company. They were a data logging company. They log data, you know. And I was a bench tester. I had just graduated electronics technician school. I was getting paid pennies on the dime, but it was my first job, and I would moonlight appliance repair at night. I was using appliance appointment to get me started. This was 11 years ago. Afterwards, one day I got a call from Sears, and I remember I was in the middle of a call, one of my moonlighting calls, and they told me, they said, hey, listen, we're looking for service companies in your area. We're paying $100 for general labor, and I think 200, 225 for like more advanced. This was 9, 8 years ago, so that wasn't a bad take. And I asked them, I was like, well, how many calls can you give me? They was like, as many as you want. I said, really? I was like, so if I want 10, that's cool. They said, oh yeah, we'll send you as many as you want. I said, all right, well, sign me up for 5. Because at that point I was doing minimum wage. I was getting paid pennies on the dime. So for me, 500 a day, oh my God, I was in cloud nine. I couldn't even sleep at night thinking how much money that was. Because I was making minimum wage. So to go from minimum wage to 500, oh man, I didn't even need appliance appointment no more. I canceled them. I started going all in on Sears. Sears, it was called Service Live.
When should I schedule it for?
Who told you to schedule something though?
When
Damn,
should I schedule?
this technology just be turning itself on. This is scary. I ain't tell you to schedule nothing. iPad. That's scary. It just be turning itself on. But anyway, I started doing Service Live. I started doing 5 calls a day. Sooner than later, work started getting too much for me. You know, a lot of people hear 5 a day and think that they could complete 5 a day. You cannot. You can't complete 5 a day. Why? Because you need parts. They're not available. You may have to go back the next day. You may have a recall. You may need the day off to work on your van. Like you can't think like that. But I thought like that. So I was like in my head, like, wow, that's 25. I was doing numbers in my head like that's 2,500. I'm gonna be rich. Whatever. None of that works like that. But I'll get more into that. But I started getting calls and I started doing the calls. I started becoming one of their preferred vendors, if you will. Because like I didn't get a really lot of recalls. I was good with their customers. You know, I was responsive when they sent work orders. And then the light bulb went off in my head. I said, you know, I probably could grow this thing. I could hire 1 or 2 technicians, get a customer service rep. And you know what? I set out and I did so. I called Sears and I said, Sears, if I want 15 calls, can you give me that? They were like, yeah. My rep at the time, let me see if I remember his name. I think his name was Rick Stuve. Rick Stuve. Man, that was my man. Shout out to Rick Stuve. If you, I know he's not watching this one. He was like, yeah, man, you want 15? I'll give you 15. And then the light bulb went off in my head. I said, you know what? I'm gonna train 2 people and I'm gonna put them in service vehicles and they're gonna run calls for me. And I set forward and I did that. I had a customer service rep that answered my calls. Long story short, the business, I left it in good shape, you know. I sold it to one of the 2 technicians that I had out there. I sold it to him with the Sears contact, with all the COD contacts we had. and any other, contacts we had. I basically left that line of business open to one of my technicians, and he bought it from me. And to this day, he's still running calls out there in San Diego. But I walked away from the business. Fast forward a couple years later, I ended up in South Florida with the same formula. I was a Sears preferred vendor, and as being a service preferred vendor with Sears, it was nothing more than calling my California rep and saying, "Hey, look, I'm moving to the East Coast. Who's in control of Florida?" He put me on with a guy named, man, let me give him his proper respect, because he gave me so many calls. Man, I forget his name, but he's the guy from the East Coast of Sears. I was in Florida. I got there Monday, maybe Thursday. I got my calls turned on. 5 calls a day. That's a real good benefit to have, y'all. Let me just stop right there and tell y'all that any business that you run, that you could say, I want to move to Puerto Rico, Montana, Wyoming, Wisconsin, Boston, Hawaii, name a place, Bronx, New York, any place you name. You want to move there, as long as you was a preferred vendor and you was in the network, more than likely it's just a matter of the people from that warranty company making a few edits on their part, and instead of you getting dispatch calls from your previous zone, now you getting calls dispatched to the current zone that you're in. Okay, that's a benefit, man. I didn't have to go on Indeed, all the job play. I didn't have to do none of that. I called my my field service rep. Hey, look, I'm moving to Florida. You set me up out there with the guy. All right, here's his name. Boop, 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 boop. Hodges, I think was his name. Hodges, Mike Hodges. That's the guy's name. Shout out to Mike Hodges. Mike Hodges set Brandon up. Hey, Mike, I'm moving to Florida. Hey, welcome. We need tags. Yeah, man, can you hook me up? Sure. 5 calls a day. You got it. They had an app, a portal. All their customers were provided to you in this app. It was lovely. It was sweet. I hired a customer service rep. I hired 2 technicians. We were a band of 4. We were a measly band of 4. But let me tell you something, man. I made a pretty dollar. I made a pretty dollar. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. I made a pretty dollar. I won't forget, it was times when my technicians would do COD, not Sears, but COD calls. And you may ask, well, how did you get COD? You told me that you were doing all these SEER calls. Well, remember, sometimes these SEER calls, they would refer you to do their washer. But what happened to their dryer, microwave, oven, all the other stuff that wasn't insured? They needed help. So they would save our numbers. We would give them their business cards. So we were using the third party warranty to actually market our business, and it was working. So we had COD calls, we had Sears, we were doing okay. I remember my service technicians would come and bring me checks and money every single morning. They would also come and pick up parts that were on the shelves. We would have training. I would talk to them about particular uh, company personnel issues, whatever. But they would come every morning to my office and they would hand me money and checks. I remember the money, right? I would say, give me the cash. Put the checks in the corner. And I remember it was piling up. I remember money was so good at one point. This was prior to COVID. This was when it's in the height of my Sears campaign. I remember money was so good. I was looking at buying a vehicle for myself, another vehicle. At the time, I had a Cadillac DTS. I'm a big Cadillac guy. I love the Fleetwood. I love, the DeVille, Eldorado. I'm 40p, so in my era, Cadillacs was those cars. But at the time, I had a DTS. which was the DeVille. I had a Lincoln Navigator. And I remember I was like, you know what? I want a different car. I want to get a Jaguar XJ. That's this Jaguar that's long as hell, all black, whatever, whatever. I went on Auto Trader. I was gonna buy it outright. Then they wanted like 22, 23 for one. It was like at the time it was like 2020, and the car I was gonna buy was like a 2014, and they only wanted like 20 grand. Man, those Jaguars depreciate in value, but whatever. I was gonna buy a car cash. Let that sink in. That's just so that you know the kind of numbers that appliance repair was bringing in for me at the time, with staff, not single operator, with staff. As the boss, this was the kind of math I was doing in my head. I should have been buying a business or buying property. I was stupid and young. Don't look at my purchase tonight and judge me. Rather, just look at, how this offers opportunities. Okay? But it was all done through me hiring staff. I hired staff. And once I hired a customer service rep, once I started hiring technicians, everything was doing good. But I lost Sears. COVID 2020 hit. Sears sent out a memo. Attention, everybody. We're not sending out any work orders because customers want technicians to wear masks, not to come in the house. I was like, oh man, I lost both of my technicians. They went on and went to other companies, and I was stuck, stranded at ground zero. I had put all of my eggs into one basket doing Sears. Now me and Sears fell apart. I had to restructure my business all over. I'm just giving you a quick backstory on my business. You have to hear this to understand how I got to this point of hiring a technician. And what did I do? What was my formula? This time I did things different. This time what I did was I went to ASTI. I signed up with a bunch of manufacturers, a bunch of third-party warranties. For example, I'm Midea authorized, Hisense authorized, Bertazzoni authorized, LeConte authorized, LG authorized. I don't know if I said live beer, but live beer authorized. Summit Refrigeration, Wine Enthusiast. Probably about 10 to 15 manufacturer service company authorized, meaning that I'm their guy in my area. I did that. I put all those applications out to all those companies. I did that. What else did I do? I signed up with third-party warranty companies. 210, American Home Shield, this one, that one, Cinch, Pulse, all the names. I signed up with all of them. I hired an SEO company to do my website organically, make me appear on the Google Maps, organically rank me high. So I started doing all of these marketing ploys maybe about 5 years ago in 2002. Right about no, not 5 years. I started all of this once Sears cut me. So let's say 2021. Fast forward, we're in 2024. Right now, as we speak, I'm probably booked out 2, 3 days. Every single day, I do 6 to 9 calls. I work from 9 in the morning to probably 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Saturday. My knees hurt, my Achilles hurt, my back hurts. This here is a facade. With the guy you see here, this is all a facade. This is just for YouTube. I sweat, my knuckles is busted, I'm disgusted. I come home, I smell like bearing, I smell like Freon, I smell, you name it, I smell like it. Lint, I get lint all in my braids. It's a mess, a mess. But you know what? I'm booked out 2, 3 days. And you know what? Boy, that feels good. No company controls me. I forgot to tell you I'm Zelon. I signed up with them too. Zelon, Smeg, different companies, Bertazzoni, Hisense. I don't know if I said them. All these companies, I'm signed up with them. Guess what? I'm a great guy. I don't have no problems with them. We get along great. All is great. But guess what? If tomorrow one of those companies tell me, Brandon, we can't, we're not going to send you work no more. Guess what? My empire will not collapse. I'm too strong across the board. 210 home buyers warranty, on point warranty. All these companies, I bring them on here from time to time and I interview them. I diversified myself. Diversification was key. And with that, it takes time. Repeat customers, word of mouth. Consider it a pie chart of marketing. And you got all these different fragments of marketing that generate you calls. I did it organically. Word of mouth, repeat customers, leaving stickers in customers' homes, the neighborhood app. I could go on forever on market employees. But I diversified myself. And now I can't keep up. Now I'm what's that word? Unindinuated. Oh man, I'm saying it wrong. When you're overwhelmed with work, inundated. Oh man, I forget. Whatever. I have too much work, and now I'm always booked out 2, 3 days constantly. This isn't a wave. This isn't like 1 week I'm up. This isn't 1 week I'm down. No, this is constant. For like 90 days, I've been like this. So now what this tells me is that my workflow permits for me to bring in a second technician, perhaps even a third technician, while I scale out of the service van and work on my company rather than working in my company. You know when you're ready to hire another technician, when you're missing out on calls, customers can't wait, you're getting all these work orders and you're hitting reject, reject, reject. And you're thinking, man, if I had a technician, look at all this money I could be making. When you get to that, and when you get to that for multiple platforms, don't make the mistake that I made when I had one company and I had all my eggs in one basket. Don't be like me. LG is probably my biggest vendor. Oh, they send me work. They send me work. They probably send me 20 calls this week. And what about the out of warranty calls that they give me? Man, I'm changing compressors left and right. I probably do 2, 3 compressors a day, all the time. But guess what? If I lose them, and I don't want to, so LG, if you're watching this, I love you. I love you. Rosie Bell, my Rosie, my field service manager. Oh, I love you, Rosie. I love LG. But if I lose them, guess what? I'm sorry, but no big deal. Bertazzoni, Hisense, Beer, Viking, you name it, I got it. And I'm fighting every day to get more and more and more and more. And I don't even have Sears no more. But I heard that they went back in business. And if you go to Service Lab, they're looking for vendors. So I haven't even went back to them, which I will shortly. But the point of the matter is, I'm getting so much work that I can't keep up. So now it's time for me to bring in people. Now it's time for me to work on my business rather than work in my business. And guys, you know, this channel is a diverse channel. I get service technicians that are self-employed that watch this. I get service technicians that work for somebody else that watch this channel. I get people in school that watch this channel, major parts manufacturers that watch this channel, CEOs of major companies that watch this channel. But you know, what I would tell you, let me word this carefully. Uh Let me be politically correct. Look, um, you have to. We're this is a capitalist based business. This is a profit based business where profit is the goal. Uh, Maintain a good relationship with all of your vendors. Uh, Carry their name and their reputation in a good light. Try to reduce your recalls. Service their customers quickly. Use OEM parts. I know them the people who watch these companies, my parts people who watch this channel. I know they can appreciate that. But guys, when you do good work, you're gonna become preferred vendor. I'm not LG preferred vendor yet, but my goal is to be that. Because if I get that, man, they probably send me 20, 30 calls a day. You know how much that is? I'm trying to be Lacanche, preferred service vendor in my area, which I think I'm doing a fine job. If you don't know what Lacanche is, their ranges that cost $12,000, $10,000, and I get calls from them, and they pay well. I get in warranty and out of warranty, SMEG, Hisense, you know, like diversify yourself. Don't put all the eggs in one basket. Even if you do word of mouth, even if you number one in Google, guess what? Tomorrow's another person that's gonna show up more hungry than you, more business savvy than you, that knows Google analytics more than you, and you can lose your position. So with me, I diversified myself. I made sure I was booked out a few days in advance consistently. And with those 2 or 3 combinations, that's a good indicator that I'm ready now to bring somebody in and that I can provide them enough work, not endanger their family. That if they want to lease, rent, mortgage, I can offer them stability. And you want to offer that too. And I gave you the blueprint on how to do it. Let's read some comments here. Saul says, what's the biggest lesson you learned from all this? Diversification. Not putting all of your eggs in one basket. P. Rich said, that's why I got so much respect for you. I know you out here in the trenches. I got 3 Z-Line wall ovens that I'm dealing with right now, waiting for parts. How did you sign up with them? Man, Z-Line. Man, I got to tell y'all about Z-Line. Whoo, man. You know, P. Rich, the problem is, P. Rich, I'm going to be real with you, man. I done evolved as a channel. I done evolved as a person in the industry. I done evolved as just as a human to a point that like when I report things to y'all, it could hurt me too. So like when I tell you how I sign up with a company. Man, I got about 4 or 5 people just within my area, my zip code that watch me online that do appliance repair. So like revealing all of my secrets could hurt me, P Rich. So I can't tell you everything, but what I could tell you about Zelam is that they're a wonderful organization. Tech support for free. They send customers the parts, high-end stuff. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. Zelam, wonderful company to sign up with. Wonderful company to sign up with. I'll run some calls with you. Ain't no thing. I need the experience. Man, if you serious, bro, like I got a position for you, bro. Like starting effectively tomorrow. Like I'm serious, P Rich. I really do need help. And P Rich, what I was gonna tell the people was when they hire, and this isn't toward you, P Rich. This just towards whoever's watching this. When you hire somebody, I want to hire somebody based off their personality, not per se off of how much they know in the appliance repair industry. I'm looking to hire a personality. I'm not looking to hire based off of your experience. And everybody should adopt that uh mindset. Just because a guy or a girl got 20 years experience doing appliance repair, they may have 20 or 30 years of bad habits. They may have 20 or 30 years of hack, troubleshoot, part changing, guerrilla strategies. And that's not what we are here at TMM Appliance Network. We never showed y'all that. That's not how we get down. We put things into troubleshooting mode. We troubleshoot from the board. We gather error codes. Like we do things the right way. And if you get a guy or gal that's been doing this forever, do they have the work ethics and the work practices that reflect your business? If they don't, are they willing to humble themselves and adapt those policies? And you got to ask yourself that. There's a saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm not saying that that's true, but is it? You know, I'm looking for somebody that has a good personality, friendly, charismatic, somebody that I can train how to do appliance repair, but that has the soft skills, that has the tangible skills that my company is looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So, adopt that's my method. Adopt it if it works for you. Okay. The real question will we see you in the Patek Philippe 2025 with all this business growth. Well, brother, I'm not sure what a Patek Philippe is, but if you inquiring, and want my watches, and you want who am I to question these things, And to the watch manufacturer that's viewing this, we are seeking donations. So if you want us to model and sponsor your watches, we will be glad to. But since Saul keeps talking about my watch tonight, we're gonna give him a little preview. Well, Saul, this here, my friend, is the beloved Bolivar. Know what I'm saying? With the crystals in them. Know what I'm saying? Stainless steel black, I think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a Patek Philip. You know what I'm saying? A little Bolivar. But it's doing the job. You know what I'm saying? We look nice. We look professional. We putting our best foot forward. So please hit the like button for Brother B's Patek. What's it called? Phillips and Protex. Whatever the hell that watch is called. Okay. P. Rich said, understood. We'll chop it up. We'll send you in the text. All right, guys. Well, it's 1 in the morning, man. And I can't believe that you guys are still watching Appliance Repair Talk with me. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Let me play a little bit of outro music. Guys, when it comes to hiring techs, you know when the time is right, when, you know, you overworked. You know when the time is right, when it's a consistency of you being overbooked. If you're 1 week busy, 1 week slow, 1 week busy, 1 week slow, you may want to hold off on hiring somebody. When you're ready to hire, it's because you're busy every single day. The phone's 24/7. You're turning down money. That's when you're ready to hire a tech, okay? Guys, be sure to give your techs the proper training, okay? Don't be afraid to send them over to tmmacademics.com, our hands-on training, okay? Uh, Pay structure. What kind of pay structure are you gonna have? Are you gonna pay daily? Are you gonna pay weekly? Or are you gonna pay per job? Okay. And guys, like I said, the overall gist of tonight's show is if you're in business, obviously the point is to scale, diversify yourself, learn new talents. We mentioned commercial refrigeration, outdoor refrigeration, marine refrigeration. I told you about ice makers. This channel is all about diversifying yourself and looking for ways to add value to you and your business. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. It's been a great honor. It's been a great, sincere pleasure to be your host tonight. But I'm out of here. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of YouTube's premier Off the Clock Appliance Repair Talk for Off the Clock Appliance Repair Tech. I'm your host with the most, Brother B. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with me. Good night. Love, peace, harmony.